happen off air. Did you say that the majority of decisions are made by the wife?
Yeah, I believe the statistic was that the wife is likely to make 4 times more decisions than her significant other.
See, I don't know. Maybe I don't want to be accused of making the wrong decisions. And sometimes I'm like, you know what? Go ahead. Like when it comes to decorating the house, believe it or not, I'm like, Ethan, you want to get that piece of furniture, you want to get that gigantic couch and put it down in the base. Go ahead. That is all you.
I do have to say, I love the piñata in the living room.
Disco ball. Yeah.
No, I feel like we're on the opposite. Caitlin and I are on the opposite ends of a spectrum where like the very like just make a decision kind of things. What are we doing for dinner? Okay, typically I'm the one that comes up with that final conclusion because I have to sit there and rattle off 48 different places, and then I go, okay, pick 3 of those. Okay, if you had to get rid of one more, and then I'll pick the last one.
This is for something to eat.
It's incredible. And then usually on like the bigger end, she'll get anxious about decisions, and I'll come in and be like, I think this is the right one. Everything else in the middle is kind of like you said, like if it's like something to do with the house or, obviously we talk about different things we want the kids to do and stuff like that. Typically, if she's not the one making the decision, she's the one who's done the homework. So what she has to say about it will then influence my decision in one way or another. And as a result is pretty much her decision.
I mean, I made a huge decision. I bought a car and it feels like it was a fantasy. I don't know how I decided this is what I wanted. This is it. I'm getting this. But then again, it was going to be my vehicle. I mean, yeah, it's going to be our family car when we go on road trips or whatnot. But I'm kind of proud of myself. I didn't hum and haw about it and wait for Ethan to come in. Although I will tell you this. I went to go pick it up by myself. My husband stayed home with the kids when I went to go pick up my car. And I was in the financing office, that final push where they try to get you to sign on for more things, like, oh, get this warranty, this extra warranty. And I'm like, you know what? I got to call my husband. I can't just make this decision on my own. So I had him on a video with the person that's trying to do this deal. And I'm thinking going in, I shouldn't do it. I don't need to do it. So I'm saying to Ethan, what should I do? And he's trying to be very polite because there's an audience, right? I think it was just me and him. He'd be like, what are you doing? Don't do it.
Why are you even calling me?
Why are you even calling me? So going back and forth, we hang up and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go with my husband. I'm not gonna finance I'm not gonna do that with the car, the extra warranty or whatever. And then the person, that final push, said something, and I'm like, oh, I get that too? Now hold on a second. So when I got home with the new car, my husband's like, you got the warranty, didn't you? I'm like, yes. He's like, why do I bother? You weren't going to listen anyway. Why do I bother? Well, I'm still on the fence. I might call back and say I don't want it. It hasn't been a week yet. I might call back.
There's still time.
There's still time.
Cindy, happy hump day. Selena Crockett, thank you, Cindy. Brenda Joe, happy hump day. I cook every night. I always ask him, what do you feel like? He says, anything you want, and he fixes everything around the house. We'll have a good day. Thank you, Brenda Joe.
See, that's a good comment.
Good. There's an ebb and flow. There's tasks that are, like Kate's always a forward thinker. Spring break coming up this week. Savvy's in art class. Ask me if I'm the one who came up with that idea. But I'm the one who takes care of like the everyday things. Like I'm typically the one making dinner. I'm the one who's, taking care of the dishes or the laundry or cleaning up and stuff like that. So there's just a nice balance because I'm like, okay, well, there's plenty of things that we can do around here. And she's like, no, our children should live out in the world a little bit. And do things like art class or gymnastics and stuff like
That's
that.
Cute.
So, we definitely have a good back and forth there. Kelly, good morning. Thanks for checking in.
I'm the one, like, I just heard a spot about fixing your concrete, right? So I'm like, all right, I got to make this phone call where I expect my husband to be doing the stuff like, okay, we got to call a guy to take care of this thing in the house. I'm the one like,
Gotta
we
get a
need a
guy.
guy. We need a guy. Let's do this. I will, we had trees that fell down in our yard. I'm the one, I'm making the calls. I'm making the.
Well, you've got the height, so obviously you're the one who's taking care of those things.
Obviously. But I make the calls. I'm not cutting anything down. On the way, we have Wanda Sykes coming to Wind Creek Event Center October 10th, and we'll have those tickets at 7:40 as we take a look at this day in history. PENN Pizza, $50 worth of gift certificate, $6.40 with our nearly impossible question. And also your 25K workday payday will kick off again every hour starting at 8 this morning. Don't forget, Crockett, you have your big shave to help with childhood cancer research with St. Baldrick's Foundation. That's happening on Friday. So if anybody would like to donate, WLEVradio.com.
Yes, we are this close to $5,000. We're this close. So if you can check it out, donate, please do. It goes to a great cause, great organization. So thank you.
Awesome. Very, very good. We're going to run because we're going to go head back on the radio. Hello to you, Kelly and Cindy. Happy hump day. Yeah. And enjoy the warmer weather. Not as windy. Crazy windy yesterday.
Wind has just all year. The wind.
Yeah, I was bundled up inside. Didn't want to do anything. But today we're all going to get outside and enjoy.
Oh, it's when you open the door for the dog and you're like, go, go.